You must leave first class.
I paid for first class, and it's my right.
Marcus Chen Williams, 17, 6'2", with neatly braided hair, stood at the entrance of the Boeing 737, clutching his boarding pass like a shield. Seat 2A, first class, paid in full. Every fiber of his being demanded dignity, yet before he could even step forward, a polished shadow blocked him. Sarah Mitchell, flight attendant, wore a professional smile, carefully rehearsed, but it faltered when she saw him. "Excuse me, young man. I think you're lost," she said, tone polite but edged with suspicion. Marcus lifted his boarding pass, ID, and credit card in calm precision. Seat 2A. Class, first class. Paid. Verified. Her eyes narrowed. "Fraudulent. You must return to economy." A hush fell over the cabin. Passengers instinctively reached for their phones. Whispers rippled, low but growing. A wealthy-looking woman in 1B began recording, eyes wide. Marcus remained composed, but inside, a storm simmered. He knew this wasn't about a boarding pass. This was about him, about color, assumptions, and authority misused. Have you ever been judged unfairly because of how you look? Share your story in the comments. "Sir, these kids think they can scam first class," Sarah snapped, as though repeating it aloud would make it true. Dr. James Park, seated nearby, intervened. "He is in the system. The seat is valid. Please check again." Sarah ignored him. Marcus's calm defiance made her tighten her jaw. "Sir, step aside while we verify," the supervisor, Tom Jenkins, ordered, clipboard in hand. "What more verification is needed?" Marcus asked, voice steady, eyes locking on Tom's. Suddenly, lights flashed. Social media awakened. Emma Rodriguez in 1C tapped her phone, went live. "We're witnessing possible discrimination against a black teen in first class," she narrated, voice trembling yet firm. "Look at this. Harassment on full display." The cabin stiffened. Other passengers leaned forward, whispers rising. Cameras recorded every subtle gesture. Even some crew members shifted uncomfortably. Sarah doubled down. "Policies are policies. You'll leave." The murmurs grew louder. Passengers exchanged sympathetic glances. One whispered, "Is this really necessary?" Another muttered, "This isn't right." Marcus stood tall, slow, deliberate. "I have my seat. I paid for it. I belong here as much as anyone else. If someone tried to take what's rightfully yours, what would you do?" Comment below. The tension spiked. The supervisor shuffled paperwork, uncertain, cameras blinked, phones captured the moment from every angle. Emma's live feed exploded in real-time comments, thousands tracking every word, every expression. The scanner beeped. Marcus's ID, card, and boarding pass were verified. System confirmed, legitimate. Whispers turned to murmurs of disbelief. Sarah's confidence faltered, yet she refused to step back. Marcus could feel the world watching, the moral scales teetering. Around him, passengers shifted in solidarity. A man muttered, "He's right. Look at the system." Sarah's voice cracked. I was just following protocol." Emma stepped closer, holding her phone like evidence in a courtroom. "Protocol doesn't include harassing innocent travelers." Other crew members whispered, exchanging guilty glances. The atmosphere was thick, tense, ready to snap. Marcus walked slowly down the aisle, head held high, each step echoing dignity. Passengers' sympathetic glances followed, a silent chorus validating his patience and courage. He reached his seat, finally settling into 2A, but even as he exhaled, the tension lingered. Something still wasn't right, because Sarah Mitchell, flustered and stubborn, didn't know the truth. Marcus pulled out his phone and dialed a number only he could call. "Dad?" he said quietly. The cabin seemed to hold its breath. Phones paused mid-recording. Even Sarah froze. "They won't let me sit in first class. They think my ticket is fake." A heavy silence followed. Marcus's father, the owner of the very airline, answered calmly, yet dangerously. "Put her on the line." His voice cut through the cabin. Sarah scoffed, fear creeping into her practiced poise. "And who exactly are you calling?" Marcus handed her the phone. The moment she pressed it to her ear, her confident mask shattered. Every word she uttered was recorded by passengers, live streams, and the plane's invisible jury. "No, sir. I didn't know. Yes, sir. My name is Sarah Mitchell." The cabin was electric. Passengers leaned in, phones raised, hearts pounding. "Step off my aircraft," Marcus's father's voice thundered, calm but absolute. Seconds later, the pilot appeared, whispered in Sarah's ear, and the entire first class watched as she was escorted off. Fired on the spot. The cameras didn't blink. A new attendant rushed in moments later, breathless, apologetic. Mr. Williams, we sincerely apologize, Dan. Please let me know if you need anything. Empathetic passengers offered pats, nods, and soft smiles. One woman whispered, "Your father raised you well." Another whispered quietly, "You stayed calm. That's bravery." Marcus settled into his seat, finally at peace. First class, rightfully his. As the plane took off, engines humming steadily, Marcus gazed out the window. The horizon glowed with the last light of day. The live streams captured the entire ordeal, millions watching. The world had seen the truth. Sarah's behavior was under formal review. Lessons were clear. Respect, professionalism, and fairness were non-negotiable. And those who witnessed the event learned another lesson. Courage sometimes takes the form of quiet dignity. Passengers whispered among themselves, offering nods, murmurs of approval, and gratitude for Marcus' restraint. Emma, still recording, gave him a reassuring smile before tucking her phone away. Marcus reflected on the ordeal. Life sometimes presents situations where authority is misused, but integrity and patience can turn even tense moments into victories for justice. The moral was clear. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's the quiet determination to uphold truth even when no one is watching. If you had been Marcus, would you have handled it the same way? Comment below. The plane soared above clouds, a quiet testament to integrity and resilience. Justice, amplified by technology, empathy, and courage, had prevailed. From the other side of silence, toss stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story, because sometimes the most powerful justice is delivered quietly and witnessed by the world.